some guys sitting back here in that middle table. Y'all stand up. I'm speaking for all of us. Y'all stand up, Liz. Brian, hey, all y'all stand up. Please get up. We all went to high school with Beyonce. We don't know Miss Beyonce, we know Miss Toot. When I first met Toot, my man said he was in competition. I feel it, bro. It was always about them wags. They said, who got the tightest? Anyway, I can sit up here and tell stories that I done had B Wheels. Who knows who B Wheels is? Hey, I didn't George. A lot of stuff you blame you father with me. Right, George? Right. We took it on the chin. It is what it is. Y'all take our brother. I'm gonna just say, hey, I love you. Congratulations. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry. I said I wasn't gonna cry. I had to write some stuff down. I have to go back in memory bank because I'm approximately 93. So I had those stories down that I'm going to share. Forgive me for reading off newspapers. These guys are much better than me going off the top of the head. So Fyock and I go back a while. Like I said, in 1993, it was middle school. We had some important life experiences. I feel that helped form our bond. We met in the summer of 7th grade. Both of our mothers had moved into a place called Flushing Pines Apartment. This place is where I have some of the fondest memories, which I'm about to share with everyone here today. Well, I can't remember the exact details of our first encounter. I do remember some intense basketball games. They got us start hanging out more frequently. The trash talk was intense, as the games themselves. Our moms, for sure, would have given us some whoopings had they heard the language we were using. We were about 12 to 14, especially because TJ and my brother Danny would always be around, following us around everywhere. Back then, we didn't have the internet or cell phones, so most of the time we would be outside being creative. Deontay was always finding ways to make all of us laugh. With his high energy, his physical comedy. Whether it's him folding his ear inside, I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but he would fold his ear all the way inside so it was completely gone. Or he would flip up his top lip and just have a conversation with you, and you got to try to remember that you're having a conversation with somebody with their lip all the way up here. So, some of the things, you just do things like that all the time to make us laugh. I have a lot of stories I could share, but I'm gonna try to keep it a little more PG. So, one of the first ones. This is probably my first real memory. So, me and my brother got asked to go to church with him. It was Doris, Deontay, Dante, TJ, and the first thing that jumped out to me was how big the church was. It was huge. And it had an arcade. As a matter of fact, there was a lot of first times that day. It was the first time I ever experienced someone catching the Holy Ghost. It was the first time I saw participation with a pastor. Without being shushed, that is. It was the first time I had ever been to a service where it seemed like it lasted 6 hours. another one. You remember Mr. Jenkins' class, 7th grade. You are literally the only person I know that ever got away with cussing somebody out, and it being a teacher. The funny thing is Mr. Jenkins didn't understand the word he was saying, so he was coming to me and asking me to be the translator. Of course, I made up something that he wouldn't get in trouble for, so we kept that moving. Oh, here's a good story. So, I'm not going to use this. It's making me stutter. So here it is. So I remember waiting at the bus stop. It was cold. It had to be December. I mean, it's snowing. We're staying out with there's probably 13 kids waiting for the bus stop. We live in an apartment complex, so we're all standing out there. It's coming down. There's this yellow bus that comes to pick us up, right? It's got the light on it on the top where it's flashing like a strobe light. And Deontay and Dante were bickering as usual, to the point where Deontay loses his temper, decides to grab him by the coat, pull it over his head, just like a hockey fight, and just starts to punch him. The bus isn't here yet. So all this is going on, and Dante's trying to get Deontay back so bad, and I'm trying to keep it level-headed. Needless to say, at the end of it all, after he's calmed down, he looks at Deontay and says, "You play too much." The funny thing about that is, he said that 20 times a day, every day. Oh, I'll never forget that. Standpoint, I want to see what else I have on here. We'll save any more stories. I don't want to incriminate them. I'll share them individually if someone wants to know some more things, because I got some good ones. So what I want to do right now is I want to thank you for inviting me. Treat me like family, like the family I always had. I hope you feel the same way about mine. We had so many great times. We always would eat dinner at each other's house. I'll never forget Doris and my mom having a conversation saying if we ever get out of line, they were both allowed to give us whooping. Most importantly, I want to congratulate you on your retirement. Because first and foremost, people are called heroes all the time. Most of the time it's people in the media saying celebrities or sports figures. The real heroes are sitting right here and out here. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you, because we wouldn't be able to live the lives we live without your guys' service, and I'm always going to feel indebted to that, and I respect you more than ever, and I'll always love you. You're always going to be my bro. Congratulations.